And we're live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the driver. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, route town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the crossing guards and the school teachers, law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel, military personnel. Whatever your job description is, shout out to you. We shout out the strippers in the strip clubs. We shout out the girl living on a back road. We shout out auto mechanics, shout out the barbers in the barber shops and the beauticians, our hairdressers in the beauty salon, the nail techs, heavy equipment operators, construction workers, chefs in kitchens, secretaries in offices, whatever it is you do, the delivery people, the people that will work for Amazon and all the other delivery. Damn, Amazon laid off like hundreds of thousands of people between yesterday and the day before. But shout out to the people them out there who still have a job. And shout out to the people them who lost them job and go find another job. An extra special shout out to the people them who have 3 jobs. So if them get fired from one, them still have 2 more left. All these things. Shout out to everybody, man. This morning I'm feeling really good. Extra special shout out though to the people who wish good for others as much as they wish good for themselves. Today is the 30th of January, 2026, and we're happy to be here. And on days like these, we say, it's the freaking weekend, baby! Ha ha! Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. We made it through the week. We've made it through the week. We were chosen and we are blessed with this present that we unwrap by opening our eyes to see a new day and to be in this moment presently. We're here. We're here. Not true? A whole heap of other people never make it enough. We made it. All right. Before we go anywhere, though, I want to cue into something that's going to be happening on Monday morning here on this channel. And I would like for everybody on the outside looking in and everybody who is on the inside in green names right now to tune in on Monday morning for this segment. I'm going to have 2 attorneys joining us here on Monday morning, sharing their expertise with us. All right. Listen up. We're going to have 2 attorneys coming over here to share their expertise with us this morning. One of those attorneys is actually somebody whose name is in green, somebody who is a member of this platform, a member of this family, and that's giving back and looking out. If you don't know it, attorney fees can be super expensive, and attorneys don't normally sit down and have long conversations with you and give you expert advice. That's exactly how they earn some of their money, by the way, or a lot of their money, consultation, you know what I'm saying? So just for the fact that they're going to be here giving back to us, as in enlightening us on certain things, then I am super thankful already. But I'm going to give you the rundown of who they are on Monday morning, but I want you to prepare yourself now for Monday morning. So I'm going to give you the rundown on who they are right now as well, and you will hear it again Monday morning before we start. Here's the bio. The first person will be a man by the name of Marlon Bennett. Marlon Bennett is a attorney. Marlon Bennett is a graduate of Nova Southeastern University, Broad College of Law in Davie, I believe, in Davie, Florida. And Marlon is a member who is in good standing with the Florida Bar and has been in practice for over 13 years. Marlon's main practice areas include immigration, landlord/tenant, and estate planning. I'm putting you on from early. That means if there's anything out, some of you in here are landlords. You own property that you rent out and you're not too clear on certain things. Some of you don't know anything at all about estate planning, but you're curious. Some of you have questions about immigration, especially in the climate that we're in now. This is the guy. All right. Here's another person, Charlotte Edwards. Charlotte Edwards is our sister whose name is in green whenever she's here to join us in the chat, where you see the name says Charlotte's Law. Right. Charlotte is also one of the persons who went with me to the Vibes Cartel event in Jamaica when we did. My bracelet is still right here. Still right there. So my Freedom Street bracelet right here. All right. Remember we shared a pod and we did all that. So that's the Charlotte's Law. All right. She's a practicing attorney. So attorney Charlotte Edwards, she obtained her law degree from Rutgers University in Newark, New Jersey, where her focus was on entertainment law, particularly copyright and music, as well as immigration. Charlotte was Charlotte was sworn into the Florida bar in 2012, and she launched her own firm shortly thereafter. She has been a licensed Florida attorney for close to 14 years, and she continues to serve clients in Florida and throughout the United States of America. The trending topics on Monday morning, I'm giving y'all a heads up for Monday morning. For those who are tuning in as I'm talking and you've missed it, the trending topics for Monday morning when they're here will be ice. Ice, I-C-E. Not the ice that's outside on the road because it just snow or it's freezing cold, but the ice that's running down people in the street, dragging them off to their facilities where they're housing people, etc. Immigration enforcement, ICE. Okay. How to proceed if you are approached by ICE, and then the 75 country ban, implications for you as a petitioner for a family member, and available immigration opportunities will be discussed, as well as what immigration options can you still take advantage of. I think this is going to be a moment of learning. And for those of you who have your questions, then show up Monday morning. We have agreed that they will start at 10 a.m. So Monday morning shop, 10 a.m. We're going to start live before 10 a.m. of course. We're more than likely going to start God Spare Life at about 8:30 like we normally do. But at 10 a.m. is when they're going to cut in, and they'll be joining us right here on the screen. When I know, so we have something there where we are used now where we can put the people on the screen and get all, do a forum and all these other things. So that's the plan for that, for Monday morning update. Before I go into anything else though, I want to tell you an immigration story real quick, but let me big up some people who's in the chat. So Anthony Vaz is in the chat this morning as the first one in. Big up yourself, Anthony Vaz. Thank you for being here. We appreciate your presence here. All right. Nance is in the chat this morning. Good morning, Nance. Thank you for being here. June O'Brien was here. She's probably still watching and listening from the outside. Pussy G, big up yourself. Another partner who went forward with us to that great event, Freedom Street as well. Pussy G's right there. Upments from Ontario. Oh, I thought you would be in Florida or Jamaica. I guess she gets around. And not in that way either. Back in the day when we used to say you get around, it kind of meant, anyway. Nans again. Nans, big up yourself. Sharon Spence is in the building with us this morning. You're the Finest is in the building with us this morning. Donna Davis is here. Sonia Unstoppable is here with us this morning as well. Big up yourself, Sonia Unstoppable. Thank you for being here, joining us. Grace James as well. Rosalind Smichael is here. BM is in the building with us this morning. Thank you for being here, Miss Goldie Robinson. Miss Goldie Robinson, big up yourself. We appreciate you greatly. Good morning, everyone. 2Irie, 181. 2Irie is in the building with us this morning. Norma Jean is also here. Stula Dunn, big up yourself, family. Thank you for being here. All right, who else is here? Teresa Smith is in the building with us this morning. Says it's the freaking weekend, baby. Yes, it is indeed. Boy, I couldn't wait for the weekend. I'm tired, and I got a lot to do over the weekend too. But that's life. Yeah, I'm happy that I'm able to do what needs to be done. You know how we wake up and complain about things? Jesus Christ, me have a whole heap of things to do. Not enough hours in the day. I'm tired, you see. So the first thing you're actually supposed to say is, I'm thankful that I am able to do all these things. Yeah, because I watch people, age out and get old in life and naturally slow down and they have a lot to do and they can't get to it, or get sick and can't get to the things that you have to do, and you have a lot of things you wish you could do. So while you have the all wherewithal, whereabouts, and everything to be able to do everything, no matter look at it, because life is all how you look at it, right? So don't wake up immediately thinking negative as you wake up on a daily basis. Damn, this is gonna be a long day. That some people say that as soon as them wake up, man, I gotta do a 13-hour shift today. I hate this shit. It's gonna be a long day. And the day does get extra long just because you said that, that day is about to drag its feet. Every 1 minute will be 5 minutes now. So you have to wake up and say, boy, it's gonna be a productive day still. I got a lot to do. Put a lot of hours on the clock today, but I'm glad I'm able to do it. You know what I mean? Glad you're able to do it. I'm glad I'm able to do it. All right. Big up yourself. Karen Notice, thank you for being here. There are a couple of names. Nisha is in the building with us this morning. Donna Davis, big up yourself. Thank you for being here as well. Mistress B, thank you for being here. Black Eagle, big up yourself, family. Thank you for being here. Tracy Chin is in the building with us this morning. Thank you, Tracy Chin, for being here. Senior Sexy is here as well. Thank you for being here. Dorothy T. Great Goodies, thank you for being here. Travelor, thank you for being here as well this morning. Big up yourself, Anthony Baz again. If I don't call your name, then that means Stacey Ann, big up yourself. Friends from Lake, big up yourself. If I don't call your name, that means you arrived late to the class, or you did just wait on where we couldn't get to the name. All right. We're gonna continue with what we came to do this morning. We got a couple of topics on the table. I don't think we're gonna be here for more than about 2 hours this morning because I have some things going on the outside. Monday morning is probably gonna be more of an extended morning, so prepare for that. On one of them days, the one we go hours and hours and hours. Today, I kind of have something going on outside of this. I have to run out of here after this. The topics on the table. Oh, before I go into the topics on the table this morning, I'm in Walmart. A lot of my stories I'm realizing now starts with I'm in Walmart. Walmart should pay me the amount of time I mentioned Walmart, but I was in Walmart the other day. The brother said, please don't mention my name, but this is somebody that I've known for years now that stays in my town. Shout out to all the people them who stay in my town who keep running into me now. And the list is growing. You know me, I say, everyone we go now is like, SouFlo, me never know stay around here live. And then we start getting to know each other. Like, we have more conversations and stuff. And some of them are like, boy, me not tell nobody say, yeah, so me live neither kind of thing. You know, we're tucked away. We're tucked away in one of those quintessential, neat, I would say, safe, relatively safe community. Nothing happens here. And now the place full of law enforcement. Worse, nothing not happening here. This is the kind of place where when police pull you over for turning without a signal, before you know it, 10 police cars show up. You know, they are overly funded. They are overfunded. And the place nice. Nothing really going on, so you're relatively safe. So it's nice to be tucked away in these places and start to run into a lot of people. Anyway, a brethren what me know from a long time. First him said, don't put me upon the media, brother. I said, me not put you upon the media, man. Him say, you know, notice me did gone for a while. I say, but me didn't notice me never see you around, you know, because somebody I always saw around in passing. Him say, ice grab me. The brother said, ice grabbed me. Just like that, in the middle of Walmart 2 days ago. I promise I'm not going to reveal your identity. Unless you tell me to. Him said, ice grabbed me. So him grabbed me attention, right? Me I said, what? What ice grab you for? Him said, let me tell you how it go. Him said, brother, me get off work late, you know. Cause me do. He does like welding and construction and them kind of something there. And him say, him done up a project, get off late. And jump in him van, say he's going to his yard. And him name a place that's close to my house. And I was like, what? Wait. Them they're around here? Like, him say, yes, them they're around here. Them lay down in the car, them and just sit down so a whole day. And all the night time, them out here up on the street. And I said, what? He was like, yes, them they here, bro. Them grab me. Let me tell you. I thought he was going to tell me they grabbed him. Him show him ID. He went on his way. The man said, them grab him from here where I'm at. And then him asked me if I know where there's a jail that is not The jail is about 40 minutes drive from where I live. An hour from where I live. I say, you know which part, the name of that jail here, and him tell me the name of the jail. And I say, yeah, I know that jail there. I had somebody locked up over there. Somebody who's close like family locked up over there one time, and I had to go visit them. And him say, all right then, so you know how that place they stay, you know the condition. First of all, that jail over there, you don't get to see anybody face to face once you're in there. I wanted to wrap on the mind run that story, I know. You don't get to see anybody face to face once you're in there. I remember when my people got locked up in there and I went to go see them. And then we were told that once you come here, face-to-face visits don't happen anymore. They have multiple buildings there. You won't even be in the same building talking to your person when you go visit them. Visitation is done on a phone and on a screen. So midday I wait for the person when me go visit and I say, yo, me want to see if your brother do good and everything like that. And they were like, next. And I'm like, next where? Because I did next in line. I'm like, next where? I'm thinking he was going to show up in person because they were going to go get him. When they said they were going to go get him, they meant they were going to go get him from his cell and bring him to the building where they would put him on screen. So I had to go on a screen. I'm see the screen and you put your head in at the something and talk to him. It's like some real movie type stuff. So to be snatched off the street, he said this is like 2 o'clock in the morning. He was driving and him tired and him want to reach home. And him see the police pull out behind him. So he straightened up, or he wasn't doing anything wrong. So he was like, all right, the police out here, but them are going to drive around me and go about them business. So he keep on driving. They followed him for a good couple of blocks. And him said, no, man, I mean, them a follow. Next thing him know, whoa, 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 they pull him over. He said, all right. He pull over immediately. He said, I know I wasn't doing nothing wrong. I work me come from, still have on all my work clothes. The whole time they held him, by the way, at the work clothes, him have on same way. And him tell me how him strip out from him work clothes into the ice uniform or the orange jumpsuit. Went to the jail first here, and then went from here to Orlando. I'm in between Orlando and Miami. Orlando is an hour away. So them carry him from the jail when them pick him up from there so to Orlando, another hour and change away. And he was there, he said, for like 2 days. Him said when him reached there, so him see a bag of man in there, a whole heap of people. It's jam-packed in there, crowded. And, he's trying to explain to them. They kept telling him that you left the country, you came into the country legally, but then your stuff expired and then you left the country, but you came back in illegally. We want to know how you got in the country. And he was like, what? When was this that I left the country and all that? He said they kept telling him, like them said, you went to Jamaica in 2007 and you came back into the country later in 2007 and we have no trace of you coming back into the country. And he's like, that can't be me. And they're like, listen, we're going to place you under arrest. That's how his arrest went. We're going to place you under arrest. And then they tell them, say, have him. That's why I'm telling you, I'll show up Monday morning, because Charlie them can explain to us. I have questions because I want to know if them hold on to me. May I try to tell them, say, that's not me. I have my proper documents that I didn't go to Jamaica that time when you said I did. If they'll listen and what course of action to take if you end up getting into this situation right here. Him said I'm carrying him go anywhere. So he went to the jail, the local jail. Then he went from the local jail to ice holding in Orlando. The man said when him going at the ice holding in Orlando, it's like a warehouse. And it covered roof and everything on it. It's a huge building. And him said when him going there, I drive through the building. And they have different sections in there with different holding areas. And him saying just a look around so come I said, Jesus God, look how the place are big. Like even if you jump out of them vehicle, you wouldn't know where to go. And you can't get out of the building. So you can't go nowhere. So he said they packed them up in a one place. And he was there for 2 days, give him some nasty food to eat. Nothing ever really happened. He's like, damn, can I get a phone call? Can I get like attorney, anything like that? they said, hold on, because you're going from here somewhere else. And he was like, what? Them carry the man gone down to Miami now. Now, from Orlando to Miami, you could look up GPS data and see how far that is. That's another 2 hours and change of driving, almost 3 hours of driving in a different direction now. After them carry him go up north, now them carry him go down south. 1 hour ride up north, 2.5 hours south in our next direction again. So this is his third facility in as much as 4 days, right? I mean, I take in the story, and he must said the whole time, he's like, don't put me on your media, you know, bro. I mean, I said, no, man, I'm not put it on the media. But long story short, though, his phone rang while we were talking, but him almost get to the end of his story, or the beefy part of the story, and he was like, take my number, man, and put my number in your phone. I'll call you and tell you everything will happen. The man said, Miami, him there. And when he got down there, he said there was a officer. I don't know if the officer is Jamaican, but him say, I saw the officer talk. And the officer was like, all you? Them definitely I deport you. Just like that. And he was like, me? So out of everybody in here, because him said, SouFlo, bro, we line up, you know, with them how we shackle up and we line up like, you know, like slave ship line up. Yeah, we shackle up and line up side by side by side by side. So him just pick me out as a black man, pick me out of everybody. And talk about you, them definitely I deport you. And I said to him, say, me look round, because I wonder if I me talk to him, me say, me? And him say, yeah, you definitely I get deported. And him say, I saw you say, but I bet say I not saw God say, we will see. Him say, boy, you know, the conditions in there are horrible. And Tutus, as the phone ring and he was about to leave, he said, let me tell you this, a $10,000 me pay and come out of that. But me give you the whole story later, me have to go, right? Because I heard the people on the phone talking to him and he was like, yes, I'm on my way, I'll be there in a minute. And then we in the middle of the aisle of Walmart attack, right? Jamaican people were extra animated and everything. And then he was like, yo, me have to go. But listen, at 10,000 US me pay cash and come out of that. I don't know what the rest of the story is, but I want to hear the rest of the story. You know? Yeah, and him is a Jamaican. And him is a Jamaican. And pick him out of everybody. You definitely I get deported. And he said, me? Why you pick me out of everybody if you tell me that? So me definitely I get deported. But you know what? I saw you say. Bet say I know so God say. And him come out. It's an immigration bond, nans. But I thought they said they don't do that anymore. Remember, under the Trump administration, they don't do catch and release. But they did say that they were, in one of the videos that I did update, they did say that you could get out if you paid a certain amount of money. And that money, you are not getting it back. And I think the money is like $10,000 or something like that, right? And you're not going to get that money back. But they will free you and keep, like, it's weird. So when I did that update, I remember now, I actually said, that's like robbing people, isn't it? Pick people up, so they have an incentive then to lock you up. And they'll probably force you or your family members to come up with that money, because more than likely your family are going to be like, yo, we have to get him out of there. You know, pay the money and get him out. 10 grand. If you pay 10 grand, him can come out. So I have a lot of questions for Monday morning when the experts are here who could tell us or shine some light on what's happening in that area, right? This is what we have on the list this morning, though. Secret sex club in church. Pastor's wife organized wild after-church activities for the bored women who are in the church. See? Legal scamming. That's what I think it is, Winston Gale. That's exactly what I say. Legal scamming. In illegal, but they act like it's legal. Secret sex club in church. And then you have HOA is officially in Jamaica. They have tabled it, which means it could soon be written into law. HOA is Homeowners Association. You know, I often wonder why people live in places that have homeowners association. I always see the horrible videos of the neighbor coming to ring off your doorbell. There's a video where the woman ding, 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 ding. And the couple is like, we started videoing her and putting her on social media because she is the homeowners association, the leader of the homeowners association. But look at the things that she rings our doorbell for. She ring the people them doorbell, ding, 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 ding. The man come out, answer the door. And she was like, there was a package that was at your door, and it was at your door for all day. And it only disappeared when you pulled into the driveway, and the guy said, me and my wife both work, and that's our work hours. So packages are delivered when we're not here. They put them on the front porch, and I took it in when I came from work. What's the big deal? She goes, the homeowners association guidelines says package should not be on porches for more than 2 hours and must be delivered between this, that, and that. And I say, who would I live in them the era there? So just to give you an idea of the kind of stuff that, America come up with them things and then Jamaica seem to follow. And we seem to take like everything that they do and work it into our way of doing things. As I've observed, first thing I thought is that's not something that we need there. But then again, maybe we do. So that's one of the things that's on the board to discuss this morning. And then AI girlfriends. That's where we have it this morning. AI girlfriends. I want you to choose where we start. Some people get lucky sometimes, slightly different solutions for some people, says BM. We're going to leave the legalities and immigration questions and stuff for Monday morning when Charla gets here with her counterpart, and because they are legal experts, they will be able to answer better. Me not too like suppose and next thing me know I'm completely wrong and lead somebody the wrong way. We don't really know what's going on right now under the Trump administration. Things seem to be changing on a daily basis. And like I said, I'm going to write down my questions. I'm going to have questions. I hope you come with your questions as well, right? All right. Homeowner has its advantages and disadvantages. Let's start. Let's get the homeowner stuff out the way first. I think it's kind of, I don't want to say boring, but I do think it's informative. Remember when I told you all that there's changes coming to Airbnb, and I do believe that Jamaica will soon be following these changes because they were happening in New York. And I said it's only a matter of time before them reach Jamaica. Well, right now, they have tabled this new piece of legislation that they are working into law currently. And there has been changes made to how Airbnbs are run on the island. Airbnb means something to me. I have family and my place to stay when we go to Jamaica, of course, but I still go to different Airbnbs because, of course, I'm not somebody who owns a house in 14 parishes, so I don't have that luxury. So, of course, I have to stay somewhere that is not mine. And oftentimes, not often, all the time, I stay at an Airbnb. I don't like staying at the all-inclusives and the big hotel resorts that's filled with foreigners. Because when I'm in Jamaica, I want to feel authentic Jamaica, right? So we stay at Airbnb, local stuff. Our way of pouring back into the community, the economy as well. And things have changed. One of the things that stuck out that they're trying to do right now, and I think they're going to pass it, is every person in Jamaica who rents out their place for any short stay will have to get a particular license. That means Miss Matty, who probably only get every now and then somebody comes stay around our place, she's going to have to fully get licensed up. And the implications for that, the punishment rather for not doing it, they have a stiff punishment. I think it comes with like up to a year in jail and a hefty fine. I believe it's a $1 million fine, right? Which is like 6,000, 7,000 and something, or 6,000 and something US dollars fine. So you can imagine somebody who just every now and then them can rent out them place because people come that way. Or like Mervin was saying to us, they suggest people to other people, and that's how every now and then somebody like in the rurals might get a couple of people. They don't necessarily do it every day like some places. Anyway, this is long and boring, but I'll move through it really fast. I just need you to keep your ears open so we could get it out the way. So the era of anything goes in Jamaica, rapidly expanding gated communities because this homeowner association thing, they call it a different name, but that's what it is for me. This will apply mainly to gated communities. So the era of anything goes in Jamaica's rapidly expanding gated communities may soon be over, as the long-awaited Shared Community Act of 2026 was fully tabled in the House of Representatives on Tuesday, right? So its provisions will have far-reaching effects, both from a monetary and a legal standpoint for owners and residents of these communities alike. Here are some things. These range from mandatory maintenance fees, a possible $1 million fine when the bylaws of the governing community corporations are breached, and the seizure and possible sale of your property to recover outstanding fees. So that's how it get me. I was like, okay, mandatory maintenance fees, can work with that stuff. Possible $1 million fine. Damn. I mean, when you breach the and seizure and possible sale of your property. I say you're gone too far now. You're gone too far. That's crazy. That's crazy. Now, its provision will have far-fetched effects. The Act allows for the establishment of a regulatory framework for shared communities or gated communities, oversight by a real estate board for the use of a operation of common property, and the regulation and the rights and obligations of the proprietors, the owners, and the connected matters. This ties directly into Airbnb. You know why? I've been to some very nice communities in Jamaica that under Airbnb, and it looked like the people who actually live on the island and live in these communities, they're tired of certain things. They're tired of, like for instance, right? If you is a Jamaican, and whether you used to live a foreign and come back, or you just never left Jamaica, but you did very well for yourself, and you're able to move up in life to where this is your standard of living now. You have a gym, fully well-equipped, huge gym. Them have a forever size swimming pool. They have a clubhouse. Them have on their gated property, they have an area where I would call it food made at your command, or you can make or order the food and then make it exactly how you want it, and it's not made until you order it. Like some high-end living. You understand? Now, what they're finding out is that a lot of the people who own these houses in these types of communities, they don't live in them. They don't live in them. They have somebody in Jamaica who is looking after them, because they have to clean up every time a new person come in, and they're basically running it like a business, right? Yes, them have them tennis court. May I tell you, I'm staying in some nice community in Jamaica. It made me start thinking like, SouFlo, you really don't need to be a foreign for too many more years. Get your ducks in a row, and it gives me the extra motivation to push more, to stop procrastinating and get to what needs to be done. Because I could literally see myself. I see women out late at night walking their dogs, roving guard around the place 24/7. The guard them a move about, the people them feel secured. I thought I was like in some high-end community in the United States of America, right? They found out that majority of these people do not live there. They're using the property to maybe, Maybe somebody like me who's still there foreign, I'm still there bata, but I'm like, okay, I'm gonna purchase that and then have it pay for itself while it's there, while I'm still here doing what I have to do here. By the time I'm ready to pick up from here and make Jamaica my permanent home where I visit the US but live in Jamaica more, that would have paid off itself. It's a wise idea. Probably that's what they're doing. They're finding out that a lot of these people, though, are foreigners. And they run it like this. Nobody is there to regulate their Airbnb people. Of course, they have their rules, right? When you go on Airbnb to book, you will see this property is a non-smoker, keep the noise low after certain hours, etc. But I've been in extremely nice upscale gated communities in Jamaica where Bugayaga, because I won't even say Bugayaga, people spend their money to go to Jamaica. They don't want to feel limited, and you know foreign culture is different. So the first thing them do when them reach Jamaica, them want some ganja. And especially the young crowd, them want some ganja, and everybody about them herb, and they're up by the pool and a beer G-string and body a clap up a pool. And then, you know, the mom comes out and she's taking little David just finished his karate practice, and little Simone just finished her cello or her piano lessons, you know, and these are the traditional Jamaican family that's living a certain kind of way. And mom's gonna take the kids to the pool, and she go over there and she some big ganja spliff, and she hear but sex argument loud, and you know, I said them a play music loud, and one bag of wild talking and acting. I've seen it. And you could tell how they look at you like, oh. I've even heard them say it while I was there. Like, no man. Me work hard for reach, so this can't be the norm. I've seen them come already try to get in the pool. The pool was full with a bunch of other people that don't even come from there. They were Airbnbers in the same area, just like we were. But true, because me a Jamaican, wife a Jamaican, we grow up under our culture, so we understand, say, you keep noise down at a certain way if you're in certain environment. Time and place for everything. Don't carry yourself a certain kind of way. You know what I mean? So them don't understand that. They just think, yo, I've been saving my money forever, son, and we going to Jamaica, and now we in Jamaica. Yo, where the weed at? Yo, where the Henny at? Yo, pop the bottles. Yo, they get loud in there all hours at night. Mind you, the people them were living there that walk out them soul case for reach where them reach. The people them that live in there with them nice house and everything, most of them got to get up to go to work in the morning. The house right next to them, 6 foreigner in the house. Them a get up a go Duns River morning. Them a get up go party. Them not have no time nothing. They are here to enjoy themselves. So a beer boom, 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 boom. Y'all hear whole night. I've heard it right next to us. The thing is, I was there on vacation too, so I never did too mad. But I was very concerned. And then when I wake up the next morning, I look through the fence, and I see beer bottle. Like them just drink the bottle them and throw them down. I've checked into places already, a beer, used condom and this, and them just fling everything like everywhere. So these homeowner association new rules and regulations that are coming in, they're probably welcomed by the people who live there, and the people them don't want them kind of something around them. You know what I mean? You want to tell me the Jamaican government would really want that to happen to U.S. citizens of Jamaica just because greediness? Why can't we get a piece of the pie? BM, that's why I'm explaining to you. I'm explaining to you that it is probably Jamaicans who they're not renting out their house in that gated community. You know, and let's be honest, let me paint the picture big for you. Life was rough for you growing up. You grew up in a 1-bedroom where they'd have 10 hours in it. We sleep on 2 bed, 5 people on each bed, one a head, one a tail, one a head, one. When you know them living there, you know, grow up with much. You've been striving your whole life. You finally reach a place where you start to see leadway, and you've been excelling, and now you're grown, and now you formed your family, and now when you decide to say, yes, we can afford things, your career take off, wifey career take off, you're raising children. Y'all know how images in Jamaica, and you don't know how different class acts. Classism is a big thing in Jamaica. You work hard to get away from one whole heap of tumble down and boom 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 and ganja smoke and yo dog, Mr. Me have a girl pan a back as you see. Or if it's Americans and they can't chat patois and is, yo son, I will fucking her like this. You just took your kids to the pool in the community where you see, as soon as me say I will just fucking her like this, 10 people log off right away. It went from 800 to 750. 50 people. I don't want to hear that. That's how it is. That's how it is. So it is probably Jamaicans who are welcoming this too. You know, I've been there and I've seen them say, I don't want these kind of people in our community. Why them at Airbnb out the house them? Them need to make some laws, some rules and regulations to stop this. Why them can't find somewhere else to go? Sometimes you in those Airbnbs and you could see the disgruntled people who live there. They won't even say hi to you. They will cut them eye if you make your know say the people that rented the house there, we don't like them neither. And you, we don't like you neither. Don't ask for nothing. I hope you don't catch a fire with you over there. Hurry up and come out. They give you that kind of look. Don't speak to us. We don't like any of you that come here. I don't. Am I the only one that have felt that? Am I the only one that have felt that? Have you ever booked into a nice Airbnb and the people from that community, you could tell that things happen there by other parties who have been there? Have you heard the people hear them talking about how much they hate this and they don't want this? It's a lot of them. It's a lot of them. So on one end, it'll be people like me and you who went to Jamaica and we're like, wow, this is a nice house. I like this community and everything. I wonder how much for one of them here. And then you and your partner or yourself might say, you know what, this is a good investment, you know. And it can go and pay for itself till me decide to reach back a yard and you have somebody that take care of your business. It'll work good like that for you. It won't work good like that for somebody who actually lives there every day. So for sometimes new money people usually do not have the discipline for communities like that. I agree. I agree. And sometimes it's not even new money. It's just people save up their money and gone on vacation. And, you know, they're on vacation. They don't expect to be restricted and restrained. Them they're on vacation. What happens in Jamaica stays in Jamaica. We about to wild out when we leave. When we get to Jamaica, that's what you're running into, you know? What you say? Yep, just like here. They deter certain actions, caliber of people. Let's be honest, the most out of control beings is humans, so they can be a pain and beneficial. Exactly, just like here. Had a nice Airbnb in Miami, right? And when I got to my Airbnb, there was a big ass sign on the neighbor's lawn. The sign was so big, anybody could have seen it. I saw it from down the street pulling up. Because you following your GPS and you're like, man, this is a nice community. We already know that though, because we saw it before we booked. But you're like, man, you're admiring all the other houses. You're like counting the numbers and you're like, our house is coming up. Soon as I got to see our house, my eyes hit. The neighbor was actually protesting and the neighbor put up a sign that was huge on the lawn. And the sign was basically cussing out anybody who would go over there. We're unhappy. We don't want you here, kind of thing. And the property is never kept up to community standards, and it's noisy as hell over there, over here, or over there, wherever the sign did say. It said a bunch of stuff. I stand there and I read it. I stood there and I read it, and I was like, wow, these people really don't want us over here. I said to wifey, I said, them people really know why we over here, boy. Them Becks. Yeah. So, you know, it goes both ways. Imagine being a resident there and having to put up with that. Exactly. Exactly. And you know what? At another location, I actually told somebody that. I said, I feel your pain, man, because I'm a homeowner here too. but I just live further up north. So if this was happening right next to my house, I would feel some type of way too. You know? I don't know, man. Always I try to make the people ever feel good. Like the other day, I went to my son's award ceremony, and there's this a beautiful house. They built that house, custom built a house across from the school, like down the street, but across from the school. Anyway, when we were ready for go at the award ceremony, the place pack up. By the time we got there, couldn't get any parking. So I noticed that people were parking close to that property, way down our corner. I went, I saw what I thought was a good place to park, and I parked there. By the time we go out Kai award ceremony and come out, this guy is outside with a pen and a sheet of paper on a clipboard. And he's taking down everybody's license plate number. And out of everybody, him choose to say to me, say, don't y'all see the sign? I said, what, the no parking sign? I said, usually I wouldn't speak, but I got some time today. The no parking sign? He said, yes. I said, the no parking sign is way down there, though. He said, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, and the police are going to be out here, and the police are on their way. The only thing I could have said to that man there is, I feel your pain, man. I feel your pain. Because if it was happening in front of my house, I'd be mad as hell too. You know what I mean? Homeowners Association started as discrimination against blacks that bought houses. I don't doubt it. But the part of it that gets me that Jamaica is picking up, though, and they're not naming it Homeowners Association, but obviously it is. They have a long list of stuff that the owners must do. I won't go through all of them right now. I can tell you the name of the article so you can read it for yourself. For the purpose of executing his powers for sale. So while many disputes have taken place inside these gated communities, including in recent times, guns have been drawn, people have been shot over the refusal to pay their maintenance fee and to live by the laws of the community. This has been happening. They have gone as far as one of the penalties being the seizure and sale of your property to a delinquent proprietor. So for the purpose of executing its power of sale, the community corporation shall be entitled to execute all the relevant instruments and documents necessary to transfer ownership of that lot. And you have to sign that paperwork before you can move in that community. Now, again, I have to ask myself, if I'm going to move into a community and one of the papers that I have to sign, the fine print gives the okay, if I ever break the laws in here or decide to not go by the rules in here, they can pull out page 14 out of the file and says, remember this? You signed it, right? This was the agreement. We've warned you time and time again. You don't want to comply. We're going to have to get rid of you out of this community, and we are keeping your property so we can sell the property. Seizing your property for sale. That's crazy. It is for gated community only, BM. That's what I said earlier. I don't want people to think it's for anywhere else. It's for gated communities only. The name of the article is, because I'm not going to spend all morning on it because we don't have enough time. It's called The New Bill That Seeks to Tighten the Rules on Gated Communities. You can go and read that for yourself. It's in the Jamaica Observer. It's pretty long and it's pretty wordy. So there are things in there that if you don't understand what that is, you probably can go look it up just to get a full understanding of how they're trying to operate. All right. The law in Jamaica should say it's only for gated communities. And it did. It did. Typically, it was to preserve the upkeep of the community standards. When I was at Casa University, the professor at Casa University that ran the occupational therapy program, she told us about her gated community. And she said in her gated community, which you know what's funny? It's the same gated community. Because me used to throw a newspaper. So I had the code to get into all these communities on one side of town, right? and I'm throwing their newspaper. I'm the newspaper guy. I had a newspaper route. My newspaper route used to pay pretty well, by the way. My newspaper route used to pay $1,500 every 5 days. But when me tell you, say, paper for throw, I used to put down all the seats in the SUV, and it would fold the SUV from the passenger seat all the way back to the back door and up to the ceiling, like nobody else couldn't hold in the vehicle. And it got different over time, where them give you some computerized something GPS thing that brought up the addresses, and you have to remember which address get a paper, which address don't get a paper, which address get two different types of papers, who is going on vacation and is not there. Big something, because if you throw the people in paper and paper pile up on them lawn and they're not there, they're on vacation, they can sue the newspaper company, because that's one of the signs that tells people who broke in a house that, hey, you see the newspapers piling up on the front lawn, there's nobody there breaking the house. So you have to stay on top of your thing. But anyway, I used to throw, her community was one of the buildings or the community that I had the code to. So she said over there, and when we go in there, I used to always notice, I said, why all the houses, okay, they're built the same, they look the same, but why is everybody house the same color? And why the flowers in everybody garden look the same and everything? It wasn't until I started school at Kaiser, and it was years later, she was like, yeah, I live in XYZ community. And I'm like, I used to throw papers over there. She said, yeah, my homeowners association, they're super strict. Like, you're only allowed to plant 4 different types of flowers in your garden, and you can only use these 2 colors on your house. And somebody asked her, I said, why do you, Miss B, why you live in a community like that? You know what she said? She said, it's for the camaraderie. She's an older woman. She's single. She got divorced a long time ago. She didn't want to be married again, and she's not in a relationship. She's single, and there are other older people who are still active professionals who live next door to her, and they have meetings and all kind of something they do as a community over there. So you live there for the camaraderie and, look out for each other and all that other stuff, a sense of security. And those are some of the things that come with it. You could only plant 4 types of flowers, and these are they give you the 4 types of flowers you can plant. You plant anything other than that. So she was telling us that she's a rebel. So she plant whatever she wanted to plant, and the homeowners association shows up to her place almost every day. Like, we see them growing. They don't even allow it to grow. They're like, we see them growing, and those are not approved. So you're going to have to get rid of them. Eventually she see them grow a little bit, she have to pull them out and plant what them want her to plant, or she's going to have to exit that community. I always told myself I would never live somewhere like that. So I don't know what the benefits are, except for those that I just said to you about living in a community like that, but I wouldn't want to live there. So I want wherever I live to be free. The law in Jamaica, okay. All right, moving right along though. Did y'all know that technology is really, really taking over? We're going to talk about the pros and the cons of this, right? Because that's where we're heading. So if you ever wondered what an AI girlfriend or boyfriend is, some of you are big people in here. You're probably thinking, like when people used to meet up in chat rooms and stuff like that. The world has gone way beyond that. AI girlfriend and boyfriend in today's fast changing tech world, virtual companies are very interesting now, really are now also becoming a norm. An AI girlfriend or boyfriend they would say it's a smart program. They actually list it as a smart program that talks like a person, offers personal and fun experience. So, for instance, an AI girlfriend, is more than a chat bot, right? These advanced AI systems are not like the dating sites you're used to or the chat room or the whatever from back in the day. These advanced AI systems can have real conversations with you. They can pick up on different emotions and respond to them. Hi, how are you? How was your day? They learn your pattern. Did you work today? Were you at work today? You can actually come home and have a conversation with it. Were you at work today? It'll ask you because it picks up your timing. They know that you work. You go work every day. You leave the house at that time, beat traffic, go work. You normally reach back at this time. You pick up all your algorithm of your life, and it tailors everything around you. So when it can pick up from your voice, like, are you okay? You seem a bit down. It's not like one of them, I am okay. I am okay. And it's limited to saying just that. No, this can have full conversation with you. You all right? Like regular person. You all right? You said, no, I'm going through some things, It's rough, man. Do you want to talk about it? Yeah, I'll talk about it. Okay, tell me then. What's happening? And you start talk. I just hate my boss. I've been working at this company for the last 7 years. I mean, the pay is great, but Jesus Christ, every day I got to go in and deal with this guy. And it puts a damper on my day, He talks to me like I'm a nobody, blah, blah. And if I go sit there and listen and won't judge you. And then it's going to be like, you're worth so much more than that. But, you have to weigh the pros and the cons. I mean, you say it pays well, right? It's very interactive. And you can say, yeah, it does. It pays well. But nobody likes to be talked to. This isn't talking to you. But on the other hand, nobody likes to be talked to like a nobody, right? And you're like, yeah, that part. Well, can't you find something better? Like a better environment? Full conversation. That's where we're at. We're not going there. We are there. They are designed to aim to have a deep connection, mixing real and digital worlds together. Now, the rise of AI conversational technology is rising pretty fast. The system can talk like humans. You can select what voice type you like, and they'll come and name your device, and they will always communicate with you like that. Like if you are a woman and you live alone, you can find one sexy deep voice and name him, I don't know, you like Barry. So you're going home to Barry this evening, right? And when you go home, soon as you come in at the house, Barry I gonna say, hey, how you doing? And you can say, oh, Barry, I'm so tired. Take your shoes off and rest. Sit down, have a glass of wine. Are you gonna take a shower now? Nah, I'm just gonna lay here for a minute. How was your day? Only for people now, nobody to ask them how was their day when they come home from work, I'm showing you where this is going. They aim to have a deep connection, mixing reality with digital world. They're saying that these systems can talk like humans. They can make interactions more real and personal. And this has led to a boom in the digital dating and chatbot romance, drawing people into virtual companionship experience. This is where we're at. Right now, they're estimated that by the end of 2026, this will become a multi-billion-dollar industry because the demand is so great already. Not for the old school stuff, for this new technology where they connect emotionally, read your emotions, and respond accordingly in a human voice with a human rhythm that does not sound like a robot. It sounds like a regular person. You said Barry can't hold you. I'm going to show you how that's going to work now. Watch this. So, in the field of occupational therapy, right, we look at many different things. This is right up my alley. So I got to figure out now how this adult who Say he had an accident and or stroke and he lives in a wheelchair. He's wheelchair bound, but he is still independent enough to live on his own. The dating world isn't so hot for him. There aren't a ton of able-bodied women who are racing, let me get the guy in the wheelchair. So it's hard, right? However, he still has wants and needs like everybody else. The future is here, good and bad. Constant companionship for the socially awkward people. You have some people who cannot go outside because they just don't like crowds. They don't want to go to a restaurant. They don't want to go to a movie. They don't want to go anywhere. And it makes it hard for them to even date because people want to go somewhere, right? And they're going to be like, I don't want to be with you. You just want to be locked in four walls all the time. So for the socially awkward people, for those who are challenged with, I don't know, behavioral disorders or anything, nervous conditions, etc., this is going to be a good thing. For those who are elderly and isolated, there is a huge population of elderly people in the United States of America who live alone still, and they are isolated. They really live alone. That's why I'm telling us that treat your picnic them good, because there's going to come a time if you live long enough where that child that you're like, go, get away from me, go over there and play on something, you're going to beg for that child to come visit you or give you a phone call. Mom, you okay? Okay, we're coming to see you this weekend, okay? Y'all gotta beg for that. A lot of people don't have it. So there's something like this, that would be good. I would say the cons of this would probably be that you would lose touch with reality. Now, I see somebody say, can't hold me. Alexa don't do all this, but yes, Roddy's daughter, it started with Alexa, and Alexa was the tryout, the rollout. Alexa, play rap music from the 1990s era. Play rap music from the 1990s era? Okay. And Alexa respond, right? They've been fine-tuning it all along, but they've been fine-tuning it for different purposes. Like Alexa was the general use purpose. They're gonna have the one that can get romantic with you. They might not be able to hold you. They're gonna have holograms, because some of these do come with holograms already. And I'll tell you where the hologram was first used publicly. I think it was Snoop Dogg that did a concert, and Snoop Dogg has a big song with Tupac Shakur that's called America's Most Wanted, two of America's Most Wanted. And at that show, Snoop Dogg rolled out a hologram of Tupac Shakur. Go YouTube and YouTube up Tupac Shakur hologram. Use that concert and you'll see. I think it was Snoop Dogg. I don't remember if it was, but I think it was. I watched the concert and I watched Tupac Shakur on stage, and he seemed like if you had like put your hand up like this, like him could adapt your hand for real. Like he was actually really there. So people are going to actually be able to come home. They won't care. You won't care if you are going to be held by it. You know why? They have other things that will take the place of that. Like a chair that you can sit in, and the chair massages and caress your body from different angles. This is gonna be a jerk off chair. This is gonna be your romance chair while you're standing in front of your hologram person. Your hologram person is tailored to you. They're ready to do anything you're ready to do. So the hologram person can be there telling you about take off your panty. You can tell them, say you want a Jamaican and you want him kind of rough. Yeah? Take off your panty. Him there talk to you and him stand up. Him have the body where you want and everything. Him stand up in your living room like this. You're a single woman, you know. You can't wait for go home to John. Because John is a hologram man who stand up in your living room. So, and you walk in and you say, John, drop your pants. Let me see this something. John just drop him pants for you. Big wood roll out. And John say, take off your panty. You take off your panty and sit down in your chair and press a button. Your button start massage up your body like a John I feel you up. You get out your little rose. They've been conditioning you to go here already anyways, right? You get out your little rose and you get out your little other something them and the toolie them where you have. Some people bounce pan a dildo, some people use a little near, you know, and you say, John talk dirty to me, and John I say, skin out. Yeah, put one leg over there, so. And I coach you through your thing, you get all excited, you start pop off like gunshot now. Bye, you bust whole heap of them. Fall asleep right there. I'm going to bed, John. I'm so tired and exhausted. You wake up in the morning, you not even want a real man. You want a quick session with John again before you go to work. John is not going to judge you. John not tell nobody else what you and him do. You can't get as freaky as you want to in front of John. Me I tell you, and this is how a world ago you can get as freaky as you want to in front of John. He will hold your secrets. And then when you come in from work again, 7 days a week if you want to, you and John can do all kind of something. The only thing is when you go for grab John parts, your hand might go through him, so you go yeah. But you know what? Them have the one them where you can use the suction cup on it and stick it so, and then you can play with that and say that is your thing, John, and he must say, yeah, stroke me, and you swear say him and all these things. They'll find ways to make you go into this world. To make you, well, you have to write a script. They'll find ways to make you go into this world and love being in that world. You will love being in that world. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. It's going to be one of those things where people are going to start not wanting people. People are going to start not wanting people. Yeah. And it's going to get past, I'm tired of this, tired, this and that. You know, I'm going to look somebody real. Because now you have an actual person in your place. And this person never leaves. Touch of a button or say of a few words, and this person can change to a different clothes or a different, you know, length of this and body type of that and all the other kind of, want a thick girl to them. I go home to them and say, yeah, yesterday we did have Melissa Maga, but Melissa skill with it. We did some exciting things. Today, I want to try Asian. So may I go with Kim Chu. Kim Chu today now. Kim Chu, I'm a bad Asian girl, come straight from China. She speak like they were a little bit English, but she do everything I take, kind of thing. And me and she go get wild this evening. Tomorrow, I want a tickers from Jamaica. Yeah, I want big body. And as soon as she show up in my living room, just naked. Nothing but have no clothes. Because we get right to it. That's exciting. That's going to be exciting. That's going to be exciting for a lot of people. You see how some man out there when I get nothing? And I'll ride him back up in him like, that's exciting for all them man there. Because every day I can go home to a different girl. You don't have to tune in to porn anymore, and the people them don't know, so you watch them. You can instruct your hologram to do stuff. Kimchi, turn around. Back way. Yeah, bend over. Yeah. And she did it, turn around and bend over and do everything what you say. Kimchi, open your mouth. Kimchi, don't Kimchi, talk to me in Japanese. Say something good, say something exciting. While they're there, skin off for you sitting for your cucumber. Anyway, Pope cautions against AI girlfriends. Pope Leo has warned men. I mean, I don't know why I come for the men only, because I've been researching and they have the actual first video I saw was a hologram of a man, and a woman did I use it as companion, right? But you know, man, of course, cause the man them used to have something where it was like the life-size dolls, and you've seen some men go overboard, like they actually have a couple of life-size dolls in a them house in a different rooms because they're single, and them have the black girl staying at the front room and the white girl staying at the next room over there, so and the backup one staying at the garage, and they're built just like, some of y'all don't notice, they're built just like a woman of proportions that you like. If you're a man that like small waist and broad hips and a voluptuous body and some succulent titties and these things, then build it just like that for you. And her skin feels like a woman's skin, like a regular person, human skin. These are already here. These been here for years. And a lot of men have these already. So now them I go one step further, right? So you imagine now you have that, and then you have your hologram in front of you. You're not going to need human again. You're not going to need human again. You're going to go to your house and go cut your eye upon a human being when you see them. Speaking on the World Day of Social Communications last week, the pontiff said that it is becoming increasingly difficult to determine whether we are interacting with other human beings or we're interacting with bots in the modern digital world. Y'all notice that right now we can't even differentiate AI. Some of these AI videos are so real, we can't tell if they're not real or not. And I said to you right here years ago, I said a video came out with Barack Obama in it. Remember, some of you remember this story? The video that I saw with Barack Obama in it, that's when I told my audience, I said, AI is coming. We're here. Go back and look. I went a couple of years ago, I said, AI is coming. And they're going to fine-tune AI so good that we're not going to be able to tell the real from the fake. I saw a video of Barack Obama when he was in office, how he walked up to this podium. He gave a speech, and then him fling down the microphone and pick up the podium and him broke it up on the floor. Board fly everywhere. And him said, F this, and turn around and walked away. This me, right? I'm on my phone. I'm like, yo, I'm searching. I'm like, this must be going viral. Oh my God. What happened? Why the president acting like this? Somebody said, SouFlo, it got you too? It's new technology, man. It's called AI. It's the future. That's why I came to my audience and I said, AI is coming, and it's coming fast. And it's going to get to the point where we won't be able to tell the real from what's not real. Look at us now. Just a few short years. I know we can't tell the real. Now, every time I see videos on, let me say a woman, she's doing construction work in her roof, right? And a DIY video, she's like, I don't need no man, I'll fix up my own house, whatever. The boards, everything looks so real. Like, even where the board was missing inside of the roof looks so real. And you look through it and you see the whole apartment downstairs, how her house is laid out. There's nothing about it that said fake. And she missed one of the boards and fell through. And I'm like, oh my God, she must have hurt herself really bad. Kai is 7 years old, okay? My son. Kai is the one. May I tell you, new generation is the future. That the future belongs to them. Kai said, Dad, you know that's an AI video, right? And I said, no, it's not. She hurt herself. Kai said, it is an AI video. I said, how you know? He said, there's a marking right here that tells him that's AI video. So ever since then, I started looking. Every time I see one video, if I see that mark on it, I know it's, he's Kai 7 and tell me this. He said every AI video carries that, or most of them carry that. So every time I see that mark there, I have to remind myself, say, is that AI? We're going to have that. We're going to have that. They already have all the pieces in place already. You already have the dolls if you actually want to feel something. These dolls are being made. Hold up. Y'all didn't see the Robot Expo? I showed it right here. The man tell the girl to go down on her knee. She said, okay. Went down on her knee. She ready for him to, with her mouth open like this. And he said, long out your tongue, and she long out her tongue. And he was laughing. Remember, I showed you all that video. They're made now with them feel like how me and you feel like real person. So y'all talk about they can't hold me, that you're gonna be held. You're gonna be held. But he said, so Lulu said, SouFlo, is that you? You're gonna be held. You're gonna feel like you're being held. So he's urging people to protect authentic human connections, stressing the importance of preserving human voice and human faces in an era that is dominated by artificial intelligence. He said, if people turn to AI instead of to each other, he warned that there can be no relationship and there will be no real friendships. He went on to say that faces and voices are sacred. Digital technology threatens to alter radically some of the fundamental pillars of human civilization that at times we are taken for granted. He expressed particular concerns about AI chatbots designed to stimulate romance or emotional intimacy. So while such systems, he said, may seem harmless or may even seem entertaining, please remember that they are ultimately super misleading. He said, because the chatbots are excessively affectionate, you won't be able to find a human being like that. You could imagine you lock off, you say, boy, my last relationship hurt me. Bad. A girl there, wicked. No one see no woman again. Lock in with a bot. Lock in a romance with what you think. And you are now used to coming home and your hologram and your dolly would feel like human, and this combination of things you have. And every day you come in, you hear, hey babe, you okay? How was your day? You had a long day? Aw, I'm here for you if you need to talk. And next thing you know, you end up with somebody who never says these things. You go on, divorce that person there, left that person there, and go back to your where you're asked. At least somebody cares about me. He said that technology that exploits, so it's kind of like porn, how porn is overstimulating, how anytime you watch too much porn, then you're kind of disappointed when you actually have real intercourse, because you're like, she not flinging like how the woman in a porn video did that do it, and she not do the things them and him not do that, and how him done so quick. With the porn when me watch the brother and they did a mash up or something for like 1 hour straight. This man have done already. You know, it messes with what your perception of reality is. You understand? Lulu Ridges, big up yourself. I don't know what that means, but SouFlo, is that you? But big up yourself. Lulu Ridges always come here with something. Anyway, because chatbots are excessively affectionate, as well as they are always accessible, and they can become hidden architects of our emotional states, and so invade and occupy our sphere of intimacy. That's exactly what he means by that. They are excessively affectionate because they're designed to be that way. You're used to somebody who, after them getting mad, they don't want to speak to you right now. And then you have to go work out what got that person mad, and then you have to deal with another human's emotions. Whereas this bot will never get mad at you. You know what I'm saying? And now you're used to that. As well as they are always accessible. They're always going to do what you say do. They're always going to comply. They're always going to be down to satisfy you. They're always going to, I know somebody is going to say, but that's how your wife is supposed to be, or that's how your husband is supposed to be. But in reality, in real life, nobody is really like that. Not 24/7, 365. Sorry, Flo, miss out on half the live and I will have to watch it over. No problem, family. And he says they're always accessible, overly affectionate, excessively affectionate, and they can become the hidden architects of our emotional state. And so they have invaded and occupied our sphere of intimacy. Technology that exploits our need for relationships can lead not only to painful consequences in the lives of individuals, but also to damage in the social, cultural, political fabric of society. He warned that replacing real relationships with AI is risky. Live on the air with SouFlo, good morning.
SouFlo, good morning. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, family. How you doing?
I'm there.
Yeah, you're not one of them AI something there.
No. Hey, I got a question, right? Like, I get a couple of commercials on your videos when I'm watching. Do you control what particular commercial come on or not?
No.
Okay. Because I keep getting one from this people that want to send me one. My man, I said, what kind of commercial is that for?
Wait, you keep getting one from one?
The lady I said, oh, this is your way to the future, and we get a free flight for you to go home. I'm like, what kind of commercial? I was like, I gotta call this brother, man.
No, I don't control them.
Oh, okay. Good. Manners and respect.
Manners and respect, bro. I see where one brother that cussed me, he was like, big Batman commercial, them a run for your video, them, brother. And you choose them kind of commercial, dog. I'm like, I don't choose the commercials that run. He's like, every time I tune in, I see this big LGBTQ commercial by your video. You must have choose them commercials. I don't choose the commercials. They're commercials. Oh, man. Okay, so he warned that replacing real relationships with AI it's a risk. AI risks trapping users in an echo chamber of their own thoughts and desires. He also said that this occurs when we substitute relationships with others for AI systems that catalog our thoughts, create a world of mirrors around us where everything is made in our image and likeness. That sounds familiar though. We are all created in his image and likeness. Scary. That's a bit scary. I'm wondering what the future is going to look like 50 years from now if we reach here so already. I think they'll probably be able to get to teleporting. The Pope also criticized that social media companies and their algorithms, which he said are designed to reward instant emotional reactions rather than thoughtful engagement, this you must be careful of as well, because this need for instant gratification kind of thing is not realistic all the time. He said that these are profitable for platforms, but reward quick emotions and penalize more time-consuming human responses, such as the effort required to understand and to reflect. These algorithms reduce our ability to listen to each other, to think critically, to connect emotionally, and increase social polarization. However, he made it clear that he is not opposed to these technological progress itself and urged people to just please approach this AI new world thing with caution and some discernment. We should not stop digital innovation, but guide it and be aware of its ambivalent future, or its ambivalent nature, rather. Yeah, I agree. So that's the downside to it, but there's going to be an upside as well. And I also feel like we're so conditioned already for instant gratification. I had a brethren one time, right? When I was doing my paper route, I had a brethren one time and him do the paper route too. Matter of fact, he's the person who got me the paper route. Remember me telling us I used to work 2 jobs. One was at Walmart, one was at 7-Eleven. And my Walmart was my day job, 7-Eleven was my night job. And I took these because when I came out of the army, my mom was like, why don't you go join the SWAT team or the task force And I was like, no, I don't want to do no police work. I don't want, because what I was doing in the military, I was trying to decompress from it. So I go take up, and my mom had a restaurant too, and I didn't want to be there either. So I go take up Walmart at daytime and 7-Eleven at nighttime. It was a guy that walked in there that said, his name was Bobby. I don't even know where Bobby is now, a white boy. Him walking there one night and he was like talking, this is like right when he was going to get his paper route, pick up him papers them for doing route. And me and him were talking and he was like, man, you're so different. I thought he was one of them people that were going to tell me about, you're so different from other blacks. So I was super standoff. And he was like, no, man, you really have like, you have great conversations, you know? What did you do before this? And I was like, I was in the army. I just got out, like just got out. And I can't sit still. I can't sleep. So, you know, I do 2 jobs. Keep me awake, keep me moving, keep me being productive, progressive. And he was like, they don't pay good here at 7-Eleven though. If you're going to be up at night working, why don't you get a paper route with me? And I was like, paper route? What's a paper route? I didn't know anything about it. He was like, I'll put in a good word for you. I've been doing it for years. My paper route pays a lot. And I work, but the only drawback is you got to work 7 days a week. So I was like, damn. But I've got mine down to a science. I have it done in 2 hours, and I'm back home. Anyway, I saw me get for know the paper route thing and put in a good word, me get a good route, all these other kind of stuff. That dude was married. He was married. Walk with my story, you know. He was married. He used to come pick up him paper route, and every time the man come pick up him paper route, he was like, looking mad as hell. And I'm like, Bobby, you all right? And he was like, man, listen, I gotta get a divorce, man. I can't be married and I'll be walking around with a damn hard dick. You know, I need like a little bit of release. And my wife, she's like, always, I'm tired and I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that. And he's like, she used to do everything. Now she doesn't want to do anything. She has a long list of, I don't do this, I don't do that. Man, I tell man there are other problems, right? And we laughing and stuff. I kid you not. That went on for like almost a year. I remember the morning that he came in to do his paper route and he said, I decided today I'm definitely getting a divorce. If you're somebody who don't like to hear grown people stuff, cock your ears right now. If you have any children around, take them away right now. I'm going to say it just like he said it. I'm giving you time. I'm giving you time. The brother said, I'm definitely getting a divorce. You know, I tried to get my dick sucked before I came out here to do my paper route. And this bitch looked at me and told me, and she said it loud like she wanted to fight. She was like, I don't feel like sucking no fucking dick today, Bobby. The man said he'll never see her the same again. And he did get a divorce. They didn't have any children together either. His divorce went pretty quickly. Bobby then turned into a whore after that. Because he used to like pick up strange woman and do all kind of something after that. But just for telling the story and how I watched his marriage end, right? So bringing us back to how we are conditioned for instant gratification, and you might think this AI girlfriend, boyfriend stuff not gonna work. It'll work for people like Bobby. Because them something there, how they're designing them to be more human, to look like, sound like, and feel human. Didn't y'all see the convention, the last robotic convention they had? Did you see the people who they invited in there? The man that touch and squeeze and feel the girl and go up this close to her face. He was like, I wonder if she could have a real conversation. And then got this close and he was like, man, she looks real. This cannot be. Touch her cheek like this. And the robot went, oh, like what a real woman, like. And he was like, oh my God, she blushing. Let's see. Do you mind if I kiss you? And she goes, no. And the man go in and kiss her. And she go, The other robot, he was like, get down on your knees. She broke down like somebody had a remote for her, right down to our knee, up in our mouth. I don't know what kind of tongue they met that one there with, because our tongue was like out to here. But she was like, I played it right here for y'all. Played it right here for y'all. So somebody who will never say no, always there for you, always ready to hear what you have to say, always a listening ear, always agreeing to everything that you say or making you feel good. You could get caught up in that world. You could get caught up in that world, both men and women. So they're warning that this is going to be a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's taking off fast. People already have their stuff lined up already. Some people have already purchased some of this stuff. It's out there. It's being used. They're just going to mass produce it even more, and more people are going to start taking on to it. You even might be one of those who take on to it. You know what I mean? That's the world we're living in today. Mankind might be doomed. You know what? That part. They will adapt to us just as humans. Just as humans. When he touched the robot girl face, like, because he looked this close to see if it looks real. And he was like, damn, this is so real, guys. Like there's nothing here that would tell me that I gotta touch it to see it. And then he said, the skin feels like a real person's skin. Can I touch you? And goes up on the face. And I'm like, look at us in the future, fam. Back in the day, you go to the mall, you touch a mannequin. Tell me something, never do it. I was one of them youth that used to walk through the mall and look find some of my mannequin in the mall. I say, yo, that girl look good. And her skirt short, I wonder what under it. No. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo.
Morning, family. How you doing?
I'm not bad. How is the family, the new baby doing?
Can't complain at all. All is well.
Yeah. So this AI thing.
Yeah. Do you have one?
I guess they don't want diversity, like minds that will think different. Minds that sometimes you have a bad day and you might not get angry, but you don't act like a robot. So they don't want diversity of minds.
Say that again.
I said maybe it's that diversity of minds will be cut out. Yes, they could have a diversity with AI, but not a real human being.
Mm-hmm.
Diversity of thoughts. That's what I'm coming with.
Okay.
Yeah.
That could be a part of it, but more than likely, what I'm thinking is it's a supply and demand thing.
Yeah.
Like I said before, right? There are a lot of lonely people out here, so they found a way to fill a void. Like I know of a lot of lonely people. I work in occupational therapy in the geriatric field. A lot of elders that live alone, they need company. And some of them are still even in need of, conversations that are not just regular. Most people don't go to an older person, especially a senior home in their 80s, and talk sexual.
Yeah.
But there are 80-year-old women and men out here who are still very much wanting to be desired that way, have these kind of titillating conversations and so on and so forth. This stuff is going to fill a gap in many ways for many people.
Yeah.
So it's not, I don't really look at it as them trying to control humans. I more look at it like them trying to fill gaps. And as they're filling gaps, I think humans are going to create something where we're going to end up fighting it to stay alive. That's my prediction. Like, remember, did you watch Total Recall?
No.
Okay, so there's a movie out there with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You can see it on YouTube?
Yes.
Total Recall?
Yes, Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, Total Recall.
Okay.
All right, try watching that movie.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I think we're gonna end up creating till we create our own enemy, and then we're gonna have to fight them for our survival. Because if they're already gearing them to mimic and detect your emotions and respond emotionally, like, oh, you're so sad. What's happening? Are you okay? And then making them so that we can't tell. They're fine tuning it so one will walk past you on the street and you won't be able to tell. Because you know how a robot walk? Them now do that again. They got robots that stride and glide like humans. It's kind of hard to imitate how the human joints, because it's our joints that make us move so fluidly. But they're putting it together. They're putting it together. And I think in the future, they're going to have them where they walk past you and you don't even know is a robot. Yo, y'all go, I'm gonna tell your friend about we won't be around, we'll be senior citizens. But we're gonna go home and tell our friends or our family members, man, this beautiful woman winked at me today. She was flirting so hard with me, you know. I mean, wish me to go over there and talk to her, not knowing it was a robot. Not knowing it's a robot. The scary part will come when they start teaming up with each other. The robot that is made so intelligent learns how to fix the other robots and learns how to reprogram the other robots. So if you shut it down, a next robot that you don't control fix back them friend and rewire them a different way so you don't have control over it anymore. You see what I'm saying? I think we're gonna reach that time sometime in the future. I'm one of the believers that a lot of the stuff that they put in movies is to soften us up for what is to actually happen in years to come. Sometimes this stuff happens quicker, sooner than later, but there are things that we've seen on screen that, all right, anybody who grew up in my generation probably know about the Jetsons commercial, right? I don't remember what their name was. I think their son was Elroy, but the Jetsons, they used to have the flying cars and stuff. And I was small, and I used to think, man, I wonder if one day in the future them are gonna start thinking about flying cars or make flying cars. Don't you know they have flying cars now? They have flying cars now. So all that stuff was just to soften you to what's coming. Somebody was thinking about it for a cartoon, but there were scientists out here working on it to make it a reality, just like the cartoon as well. Right. It's here. Not even Nines is not even far-fetched, right? It's here. The same robot thing I showed y'all on that same video thread, or y'all can go look it up on your own. The flying cars are here. There is a complete city in Japan that does flying cars only. Flying cars are here already. So it's a matter of time before it goes further out into other countries and other places and all that. And I definitely think Total Recall or something like that is going to come to life. The robots link up. The robots start reprogramming each other. When you shut them down, the next robot that you don't control, remember, all humans in the world who each control an individual robot, we're not going to be in sync to say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody shut your robot down at the same time. You're going to be at work busy while your robot escape. And him open the door and gone about him business. And him gone check next door. And next door robot link him. And now them two, they gone down the road, go check the other robot them in the community. And next thing you know, they start learning each other and how, well, you know, if your owner shuts you down, I could reprogram you. Okay, learn my system. So if they shut me down, you could reprogram me too. And then your system goes rogue. Gone off on them own. Reprogram each other to where none of we can stop them. I think that day is coming. I also think, well, I don't think I already know because that one is here. Right now, they have a robot that cleans your house. I don't know if y'all have seen it. And it doesn't look like a robot. It's soft. It actually looks more like it's made of... Who in here know where a crocus bag look like? It kind of look like it's made of quilt or a crocus bag kind of something material. Like, but that robot is here, and a lot of people have bought it already. It's supposed to help you to do your chores around the house. So it vacuums, it does the laundry, it takes the groceries out the car trunk and bring them inside for you. All them kind of something there. Hang up clothes, organize the closet. So that's happening now already. It's just a matter of time before them put a penis on one and put a pum pum on the next one. And then them are going to end up being on your bed too. If them can wash clothes, clean house, take the grocery out of the car, and sex you, we're not going to need humans. Yo, we're not going to need humans. But that's where we're headed. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. Scary world, man. Scary, scary world. The last one I'm going to talk about this morning, though, right, is, let me see. I gave you information about that. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo.
Good morning, family. How you doing?
You remember King Kong?
Yes.
That's what they do. Remember that show movie?
The movie King Kong you're talking about?
Yes, that's what a robot.
Okay, yeah, but did you see the movie I'm talking about though? Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. But,
I'd have to watch that one.
Yeah, watch the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. It's like the rise of the robots. So they started out creating these robots, and then the robots took on minds of their own. It's a couple of movies out there like that. Will Smith also acted in one where the robots took on minds of their own and pretty much started teaming up with each other, and they went rogue and reprogrammed themselves, each other. And what's that movie name with Will Smith in it too? And humans had to like fight them.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're just softening us up for what is to come.
Oh, but I think King Kong was one of them.
King Kong?
Remember when they climbed the tower and they tried to shut him down and they take the train and break it up looking for the girl?
Yeah.
Because he did fall in love with that girl.
Yeah, but we are talking about more intimate stuff like how technology is going to end up being in our house. Nobody now buy no King Kong. Nobody's going to be looking for a big gorilla to buy, but people are going to be looking for partnership.
But that's what they start from. They start from that. Remember, he did fall in love with that girl.
Mm.
And also, remember, we have the robot now. What you clean the house with, you don't have to get any helper anymore. So all those stuff was from the beginning, coming up one by one to bring it up to now. That's they're going to have a companion in the house.
Okay. I see what you said. So from them early technology days to now.
Yes. So it's like one step at a time, come up. So now you're going to have a real man and a real woman in the house talking to you, as what you said. How is the day? Good morning.
Yeah. All right, family.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Yeah, how's the family? Baby, it's good?
Yeah, man. Everybody is good. Can't complain, you know?
Okay, all right. Have a good weekend.
All right, you too. Some people are so... There's an email here that I wanted to share with everybody. Just for sure, you know, when we put up with sometimes. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, my brother. What's going on?
I'm good enough, my brother. Welcome.
First of all, how is your foot?
The foot good, man. Up and running, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be still tender inside, you know, so just be careful.
Yes, indeed. That is true.
All right. One movie never talk about
Mm-hmm.
with all of the audience. You remember the movie with Sylvester Stallone? And him has a brother. They call him Rico. It seems like you haven't seen that one.
No, what's the name of it?
I don't quite remember.
Is it Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah. He Judge Dredd.
Judge Dredd.
You remember?
Judge Dredd from
You
way back
remember
in,
when
yeah,
he?
yeah, yeah.
Yes, you remember when he saved the girl and she take him to her apartment, and they put on the metal thing, and she was carrying on, and he's like, "But I'm not touching you. Why are you carrying on like that?" And she said, "No, don't take off the helmet. Keep it on, keep it on." You remember that part?
No, I don't remember the details of it. Judge Dredd came out when I was a kid, and I don't remember like the details of the movie, but I remember the movie.
Watch back that.
Yeah.
Watch it back. That part right there. That's what opened up my eye. And if you notice, Steven Spielberg was telling a lot through his movie. You notice he haven't putting out any movies like that anymore. He stayed behind the scene. So yes, as you say about softening up, they were softening up from way back then. And Eraser also with Arnold Schwarzenegger. You remember Eraser. If you look at the thing with the guy with the T-Rex and you say, "Oh, I got 7 kids to feed, man, and a lot of baby mom." You know it is Tesla vehicle. Look back in the Eraser and say if you never see that same vehicle in
it. You heard the message from Elon Musk recently? He said it before, but he said it again a couple of days ago. He said there are a couple of careers that won't be around. He keeps saying this, but he repeated it a few days ago. Again, there are a couple of careers that will not be around in the very short future, even quicker than we expected. And he said medical school won't even be necessary anymore. Choose something else to do.
Right.
Yeah. And this is the first time he actually said it so far out, like medical school won't be necessary anymore. Choose something else to do, because the rise of artificial intelligence, damn,
it's going to be very significant.
Yeah. You go to your doctor. Your doctor is probably going to be one of these things that we're talking about. Yeah. They can process information faster than humans. They can. What him said they are way more accurate in surgery, in any form of surgery, and they can process information way faster.
Because even certain surgery, the doctor is not at the facilitation, and he's using the machine from where he's at, performing a surgery.
Right.
They don't show you, but certain films are out there.
Right. Right. He's not on location. He's at a whole other place.
Right. Still performing his work. So
we're there. We're there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We're there. It's not like we can say it's coming. It's here. We're in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's just gonna get even more
technical,
and more real, and more
Fifth Element,
and more
Fifth Element.
Yeah. All right, bro.
All right, my brother. Man, respect.
Manas. Listen. Somebody said something about a VR. You see the headset that you put on, and you think I watch videos that I think are funny, right? Because I see people put on the headset on them like, "Oh, I'm falling off a building," or them end up running to the wall or mash up them big screen TV. It's very real. Turn on your TV, bro. Turn on your TV or something.
Come on, that gun.
All right.
Yeah, man. So I say I remember Terminator. The Demolition Man.
I see one from.
I see one from. This one I come from iRobot. The same thing we are talking about. They're chipping next robot and fixing next robot. You see that too. So everything is there. It's right here.
They've been showing us. They've been showing us. We just wasn't believing technology would reach that far.
I said the rise of the machine. The rise of the machine is all here. The machine is here.
Yeah, the machine is here.
Terminator.
Yeah, first you had Terminator, which is Terminator 1, and then you have the rise of the machine, which was 2. I think.
Yeah.
It was. Anyway, I watched some of them this weekend. I see.
Yeah, man, it's all here. It's right here. Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But you know, say a war that will broke out though. Like, human not work, and human not eat, you know what I want to
well, them are gonna find ways for human work, you know. Humans are just going to not be doing the kind of work we think we are gonna be doing. Some of these prestigious careers, like not like if you think about it, it makes sense. They said accounting will be one of the first ones to go. Like just throw this out there, right? Accounting will be one of the first ones to go. You know, when you ask some people, what do you do for a living? And they're like, oh, I'm an accountant. And I'm a successful accountant, right? And them hold it with a badge of honor. Well, truthfully speaking, I don't know any human being that can process numbers faster than or graphs and whatever else faster than a computer. So naturally, them are gonna go out first. I never thought I would see the day where doctors, like surgeons, would be looking at you will no longer be actively in surgery. You have to, the surgeons are gonna have to go learn now how to control these things that they are making to do these things. They have to go learn the more technical part of things, not the actual hands-on.
So what the evil human them are gonna do? They might try to kill off a bunch of human beings. Then you never go turn for them.
Say that again.
What the evil human beings when they have money are gonna do? Try to kill off the regular one them. And say, okay, have slave labor for them good. But then the regular one them will kill them off after.
I saw.
So I think about agreed, innit? Agreed. I agreed.
You know, so all of this, I think I'm starting to look at all of this as just the world advancing, you know. Just mankind pushing to our limits. Because mankind has always been like that. Where mankind has always wanted to know what is beyond and how far we can go. You know what I mean? We're going to classify it as other things though, greed and no love for humanity. But I think it's just them a push to say the limits.
It's already bring this truck. Yeah. Much a move contagion, right? Right? And after that, the COVID come. Same thing, same treatment, same thing apart. Same man will talk on the news, on the show. Him still man come from CNN. Come on. Think about that.
Did you ever watch that movie? Somebody just put up Minority Report with Tom Cruise. I don't know if that's the name of this movie, but I watched one movie one time where them can read mind. They actually made technology that can read your thoughts, and then the system was arresting people based on what they were thinking, not based on what you do already, you know. Because they hear what them said. They said they can prevent crime by catching it before it happened. So say for instance then, right? You have a wild thought and you say, yo, man, I hold on that girl and take you, you know. Boom, them show up. Because your thought got in the algorithm and them can pinpoint where it's coming from. So they're like, hey, he's in the pre-stages of committing a rape. So them come for you and lock you up on those charges. And they're saying if we get him first, he won't have a chance to actually act out this kind of thought.
Let me see, Terry. This is a movie there. I think I forgot name Colin Farrell or something like that. The Irish guy.
I want to find that movie. I want to watch that movie there again this weekend. That's the first movie. Me see them go so with the computer and go so, and the screen come up and he went like this and open up the screen big, and then start doing like that in mid-air. And we have that technology right now. We didn't have it back then.
It's here. Yeah, man. It's all here, but. What I can will create our own destruction because at some point it will be destructive. Yeah, man, we create our own destruction. Yeah.
True.
That's something not worth it. Because in the AI thing, you know, with video real time, with video unreal, not worth it.
You know, worth it.
As a human race, certain things we should have ban out.
But we accept it. We accept it.
We look on the road as a community, right? We just look on the road and say, okay, America, Jamaica, Canada, no, we look anywhere as a community. So you're born at Westmoreland and you want to go to Town Gully. That's how we look anywhere. We look anywhere different. So what affect one affect all. You get me?
Yeah.
And so that's certain things with the condom because you don't bring to our own device and what we accept.
Okay, bro. Watch this, right? You see the AI thing? You see how we accept? Remember when we say how I was talking about Jamaican culture and how we accept, like how we did start off with short skirt. Skirt used to be down an ankle. And then we say, the skirt too long, man. It will look all right if you go a little bit up by the calf. And then the skirt, somebody say, I'm on the skirt by the knee. And then we say, all right, all the way, a 3-step that already, Then somebody said, put the skirt over the knee, man, but still keep it like down there. So we say, all right, that's still cool, right? Now we say half of somebody's legs. The woman legs, we say half right now. Now somebody say, bring it go up at the thigh. So now we call it mini skirt, right? Now the skirt I get shorter and shorter, and watch where it go, right? And all along with their society, I say, nothing wrong with that. It's okay, woman liberation, freedom and stuff. But we are accepting it. And we are accept until we see a skirt where if she sneeze or underneath drop out. And it was like, oh my God, why are you wearing that skirt? That skirt is so short. But you have to remember, say, the skirt used to be down by the ankles. Kind of like the same analogy with this whole AI something. AI was okay when we could tell, that's fake. You could tell that's fake. Right now, AI has been so fine-tuned. We're watching videos right now and can't tell that that's AI.
And that's the problem.
Because we accepted, and as a society, that the world at large accepted it. Yeah, I like that. And they kept fine-tuning, I like that. And they fine-tuned some more, I like that. And now, they're like, yo, you see this video this morning? Did you see what the guy did to the... And somebody is like, yeah, but it's an AI video. And you're like, what?
And it become our demise. It become our destruction.
Yeah, like the man where they at the airport the other day, the Jamaican man at the airport the other day with his wife, and the youth passed them and take a picture of him like this on his phone and go over there and took a picture of the woman that he was with and go over there and created him kissing that woman. So he come back over there and him said, no, see video. He came back over there and he said, I like him say my auntie or my mother she want to know what's up. And the man was like, me don't know your auntie or your mother. Like they were getting ready to get on a flight. He was like, I don't know who you're talking about. You must have the wrong person. And then put up the video and said, no, you were just over there kissing her. And then his wife now, I look at him like, the man probably said, babe, hold on, I'll go to the bathroom real quick, right? He said, your wife probably. So he was like, you were just over there kissing her. And then pull up, him said, me? Kissing who? Man, move with that, man. But kiss who? And him said, look, right here. That video looked so real. Of somebody who just passed you in public, has a mastery of how AI works, took a picture of you, take a picture of somebody else in ICM space, and then create a video, the two of them a kiss right to spot the same area that you're in, and then show your spouse. And you just say you're going to the bathroom. And now your wife, I look on you, and I say, explain this. She don't know that the AI is that good. You know what I mean? Explain this. I didn't think that was funny. Me never laugh at that video because me never think it's funny because the AI did too good. All me did think say I left him left and go kiss the woman.
I don't know the thing that we didn't do him confuse the brain. As I say, you know, depend on our demise, bro. Destruction.
Yeah, we're creating that, bro.
And then give you the movie first, and then bring it come after. And it's true. It's all true. Yeah. All the movie where you watch, it's all true.
Soften you up for what's to come.
Yeah, it's all true. As you're saying, Jetson, yeah, man, it's all true. It's all true.
All right, my brother. All right, manners and respect, see?
Yeah, man.
All right, we're going to move on to our last topic for the morning, though. Enough of the AI, something on the computer, something. Computer love. You remember that song there? Computer love. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo.
Good morning, family. How you doing?
I'm great. You can hear me?
Yeah, I was looking at this AI girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. What's up?
Okay, so yes, Minority Report is the movie that they do predictive crime.
It's Minority Report?
Yes.
Okay.
I need you to put on your list.
Uh-huh.
It's a series called Doom's Prophecy.
Say it again. Because you have me on speaker, so you have me on speaker and I can tell.
Hold on. You on my Bluetooth, so hold on.
Yeah, that's when we can't really hear you.
You can hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so Doom's Prophecy.
Doom's Prophecy.
Yes.
Okay.
So they're preparing us with Doom's Prophecy for when humans turn against the machine. So the machine has taken over the world,
mm-hmm.
and now we're rebelling against them. So the machine is not even completely taking over society yet, but yet still they are preparing us onto how to take over.
Wow.
So Congress just proposed a new bill for your car where they can, they are selling it in the way where they're trying to stop drunk drivers. But it's really where they can eventually, of course, you know, whatever they propose, it flows into something else. So that's the proposal. They can stop drunk drivers from hurting people, where they can control your car and shut it down at will.
Okay. Okay.
So that's a new, it hasn't been approved yet, but it was proposed.
Okay. And all the implementation of all this stuff is always going to come with something that we're concerned about. So we're going to get
exactly.
We're going to give it the yes, right? We're going to give
exactly.
it the yes. It's just like the GPS. Have you seen the new GPS thing? It's like as small as a rice grain. And this GPS is, they're hoping they will use a needle. That's how small it is, to install it into humans at birth. And the story is, you will never have to worry about where your loved one is ever again. If it's your mom or dad that's suffering from Alzheimer's and they go wandering, if it's your child that somebody might take your child and you don't know where to, you will never have to worry about all that again. You will always be able to pinpoint exact location of everybody you're concerned about. That right there is going to get everybody to accept that thing.
Of course,
yeah.
Of course.
And
remember years ago,
small as a rice grain.
Remember years ago we accepted the Identikid. You have school age kids. This is an ID that they used to do like at the beginning of each year to track the progress of your child's facial feature. And before, I don't know, you know, I don't have any more school age kids like that.
Right.
But before, they used to, if you look at the back of some of your old kids' Identikid's ID, you would see that they have their fingerprint on it. They don't have it on there anymore. Because what we found out is that they were creating a database storing your kid's fingerprint. So even, right. So even, you know how serial killers would get away with crime over decades? If some serial killer never committed a crime where they got caught and photographed and fingerprint. Right. So this is how they used to get away with their crimes. So some slick somebody came up with the Identikids and keeping a database of your children's fingerprint. So now if they became a serial killer in the future, right, they have a database to run it against. But they no longer have that. You know, the YT people found out about it and they had to get rid of it.
Right.
Right.
Wow.
So that's something to think about, because before my kids came out of school, they had stopped doing the fingerprint part. They kept the facial feature part going because they had us scared that our kids was going to be kidnapped and we don't have no current pictures of them and things like that.
Right.
That's how they sold it.
I remember that. My son had one.
Mm-hmm.
My son that's in college now. We have one of that for him. We have one of that for him. And his fingerprint was on the back of it.
And I remember when I had my second child, I came home from the hospital with a DNA sample of my child that I could keep in the freezer in the event that anything ever happened to him. That's another thing they eradicated because they were keeping a database of your kid's DNA.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So women can now bring home their placenta after birth.
Yes, and make tablets, and they're selling it that it's great for your skin and it's good for your hair and all this stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Because there's a market for your placenta. That's what they don't tell you. The hospital actually sells your placenta.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
When I found that out, and I only found that out recently, I was just under the impression they throw it away.
No.
So I am recently educated on what they actually do with it.
Yes, and they even add it to some foods.
Crazy.
People are out there eating food and people placentas added to the damn food. You know how some people like to go to fancy restaurant, talk about, oh, it's the delicatessen. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's delicatessen, all right.
Wow.
Yeah, man. I had something else to say, but I don't remember. My brain is going too fast. So have a good one.
All right, you too now. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. There was a hair treatment placenta back in the day. I don't know. Hair treatment placenta. I don't know if it's still a thing. Yeah. Somebody just put in the comment section that Don Lemon was arrested. Remember, Nicki Minaj said, arrest his ass. You cocksucking something. That was Nicki Minaj that said that, right? And of course, Nicki played the president real close. Donald Trump, he's my man and I support him, and nothing nobody can say to make me not support him. If anything, is going to make us support him even more, she said. Well, Don Lemon was arrested by federal authorities after protests at the Minnesota church service. Attorney General Pam Bondi said on Friday in a post on X, Lemon was arrested alongside 3 others in connection with the coordinated attack on city's churches in St. Paul, Minnesota. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. So.
Morning, family. How you doing?
I'm going to make you one. I'm going to give you one.
You know I'm on Bluetooth or speaker.
Well, all right. Never call it back.
You did good enough, bro. Me just ask you if you have me on Bluetooth or speaker. Former CNN anchor Don Lemon was arrested by federal authorities on Thursday night in connection with a protest in a Minnesota church service earlier this month. Lemon, who is 59 years old, and other journalists. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Yeah, I call you back again.
Yeah. You did good from before.
You remember Dick Tracy?
Dick Tracy, yes.
You should talk to him, watch.
Same thing. That's another one. Or Dick Tracy used to talk to the watch. Yeah.
Yes, I remember.
All right, brother. All right. It's all been in front of our eyes all along, right? Now you have your iWatch. You can answer your phone from your watch. Yeah, it says that Don Lemon was arrested here, though. And he was arrested in connection with I don't know where he was arrested. Somebody said he was arrested in LA because he's out there covering the Grammys, but it's in connection to the coordinated attack on City's Church in St. Paul, Minnesota. They're calling it an attack, not a peaceful protest, an attack. Nobody wasn't attacked. But you know what? I still tell them people are business. They have responded. Don Lemon's attorney said that we will fight these charges vigorously and thoroughly in court. This is an unprecedented attack on the First Amendment and transparent attempt to distract attention from the many crises facing this administration, and it will not stand. The arrest of one of the country's most recognizable journalists is the latest development in the federal government's unprecedented immigration crackdown in Minneapolis, in which 2 U.S. citizens have been shot and killed. That's what it's about. So Nikia flex our powers. She said, arrest his ass, Pam Bondi. And they went over there and arrested him for real. They went over there and arrested him for real. This is going to turn out in dollars and cents, though. I'm predicting right now that this is going to turn out in dollars and cents. Another thing that we won't be able to talk about in depth this morning. Oh, man, I'm supposed to be out of here by 11 o'clock. Another thing we won't be talking about in depth this morning is, you know what? I'm going to leave that there. Leave that there for this morning. Let's get into our last topic, which is the secret sex club in church. Secret sex club in church. This is from Jamaica, by the way, just so my Jamaican people are aware. You know, if I egg we in the red, right? All right. Every week after sanctuary empties and pastor goes home, his wife, her name has been changed, Candy, she stays behind. Now, what happens next is she insists that this is not sin, but this is ministry, albeit of a sexual nature. It's done inside of the same church where pastor preaches ceremony and all other things like that. Candy runs a secret group of women who share their lives and in their everyday life lacking passion. There's much of this article that I would love to read, but somebody wasn't too wise and put a big picture over it. She said that the group sometimes consists of hired men, male workers who come in to help these women out. I didn't see what I was doing as sin, Candy said about the sex club in the church. I saw it as ministry, meeting women where they are at, dealing with the realities that the church prefers not to talk to. So I guess her husband is pastor, so him come and offer the word, and then she offer the actual hanky-pankies, right? So the activity was never documented, it was never discussed, and it was never written down. It relied entirely on implication, on selective invitation, and on silence. Can't go out and tell everybody else what's going on, right? In practice, what I organized, she said, was supposed to be counseling in a traditional sense. Candy admitted. She says that the gathering happened after church and invited consensual sexual activity, all kinds of sexual activities that we could think of would happen there. One former member, her name is protected under Mariah, she said that she was drawn to this secret club because her bedroom had become boring, even though she's married. She said, in my marriage, intimacy had started to feel transactional, and it was expected. It was not shared. However, the activities in this group that Candy put together is, mind-blowing and beyond her expectations. These encounters lasted longer. They were more passionate. there were more exploratory, and we did things that I never imagined could be done. I've been taught things that I never imagined existed, with straps and whips and just some wild stuff, you know, excitement. Like the other women in the church sex club, Mariah said her journey into the dark room was unplanned. In fact, she went to Candy for counseling originally, and we were there talking about faith, and then talking about loneliness, and then talking about the parts of marriage that nobody in the church ever asks about or want to talk about. I'm telling you, say, church people get freaky too. Not going like church people don't get freaky. Church people are just people. It's just regular people, them too. Them get freaky too. Them want some soldering, them want some chains and whips, them want some spanking and some choking, them want some, you know, all of the other things where you hear everybody else talk about. Hallelujah. Them want all of that too. Yeah. So Pastor Wife was providing a service. A caged animal in her, she said, was dying to come out. And it wanted to experience something more than just the missionary drag that was being experienced at home. And so she acted. I was tired. I was tired of carrying this image of being this good Christian wife while feeling emotionally and physically disconnected at home. Candy participates in the same system that she organizes, and that made it even more attractive. I wasn't standing outside of it. She said no. She said, I used it too. In my mind, that mattered. What mattered that I was not only suggesting it, I was actually using it for myself. So she was not only the client, she was the president as well. Okay. So the pastor's wife says that her ministry grew out of control. It grew out of a role where she already occupied within the church. She said, I handle women's counseling at the church, spiritual mentorship, and follow-up prayers. Women would come to me talking about their marriage and their relationships, and they were faithful doing everything that the church had asked them to do, but they were all sexually frustrated and they were ashamed to say it out loud. The church has no language for that, for a sexually frustrated woman to say out loud that she is sexually frustrated. And me spell it out for you. And, you know, the church has no language for that. Closed doors, confidential conversations, irregular hours. That was normal. That role gave me access and it gave me cover as well. So when people see a whole heap of cars parked up at the church and stuff, they would know that there's women's convention going on, women counseling going on. It's the meeting of the women. We're not going over there. Leave them. The doors are locked. You know, the windows can't be seen in from outside. Let the women them do them thing over there. And there was a whole lot of wildness going on in there. She added that that gave her cover that she needed, and it gave her access because she's the one who they would come to say. She would say, you know, Miss Smith, I think there's something else going on in your marriage that I don't feel like, because you're this good Christian wife, and I don't think you want to use those words, those worldly words to say it. Let me lead the way for you. How is the sex life? And she's, Pastor, I can't believe you asked that. You know, say a long time I want to tell you the boy, boring your frig. Like, pardon my language, but a long time him not cut me up and drop me up the right way, you know. Yeah, a long time him not vibrate. A long time him not, you know, tickle me something in a way where me not splash up the whole room or something. Me bored, see? Me bored. So tell me, I look at him and cut me eye more time when him talk about come, let's go to the bedroom. Because it's always the same missionary. It's always the same. It's so predictable. You know, I feel like I'm dying. She said, wow. Well, I have a solution for you, you know. And I will keep this between us. I run a little secret group here at the church. She added, all we talk about is restraint and submission. The church don't talk about desire and satisfaction. And, I believe ignoring that reality was doing more harm than addressing it. So I created a safe space for these women in this church. She described a consistent routine following regular services. Yeah, regular service first, and then we go over to women's time. Everything shifted away, including Baggy. But yeah, they've said everything shifted away from the main sanctuary into the side rooms. Candy said. The women, they left in staggered intervals so that it wouldn't draw attention. The pastor usually left early, probably tired, while the women's ministry continued late into the evening. Candy said that secrecy was very necessary to protect both her husband and their church, arguing that disclosure would have destroyed his ministry, his faith, and his sense of purpose. It unfolded through conversations. I listened when these women talked about money, stress, emotional neglect, unstable relationship. I didn't see it as recruitment to me. It was more like intervention. Both Candy and Mariah stressed that all participants are adults and that involvement is always voluntary. Still, Candy has acknowledged the influence inherent in her position. I won't pretend that influence doesn't exist, she said. Spiritual authority carries weight. That authority extended into financial expectations. Candy acknowledges also that money was exchanged for the sexual favors that were provided by men who she recruited specifically to satisfy these women. She said that the church benefited directly through the tithes and the offerings, with specific amounts understood as accountability. In my mind, that contribution legitimizes the work as ministry, not exploitation. According to Mariah, the men involved were sourced discreetly from outside the congregation, and they were never integrated into that church life there at that church. They were not introduced during services, and they did not linger on the church grounds once meetings were starting or when they were done. Candy said that no one was forced to participate and that one left because of the agreement. Mariah echoed that there was no overt coercion while acknowledging the difficulty of separating consent from influence. She said, looking back now, Candy said, I understand how silence can be mistaken for agreement though. Candy said that she still believes that she was responding to a need of the church, the need that the church often refuses to acknowledge. I don't regret wanting to help, she said. I questioned the way in which I had chosen to do it. That's the only thing. Still don't think I really did anything wrong. Just have some questions about the way I went about doing it. Boy. I was today years old, big man age, when you ever realize the more you feel like certain things don't happen in the world, then you find out it actually does happen. The last thing I would have come talk to him about Yasso this morning is about sex groups in the church. I guess nothing is off limits, right? Pandora's box, if there ever was one. Wow. We've heard our stories before about women going to pastor for counseling. I've made jokes about it before because that's what I grew up seeing. You know, that woman who goes to church with her like a short skirt, or not short skirt necessarily, her skirt could be long, but she got cut a big tens and pull up her skirt a little bit and sit on a front row. And you can tell when pastor preach and he's looking over here. But then you can notice him always do like, him do a double triple take. And then him turn to Sister Nancy and he's like, Sister Nancy, he said, the Lord give me a word for you. A special word for you, sister. Yes. And I like to see you after church today, after the congregation leaves, to give you this special word. I used to see that, I used to wonder what kind of special word pastor have, but we were raised to not question that. Police, pastor, politician, all them people there, positions of authority like that, you just believe what them say. Pastor has a word for Sister Nancy and he wants her to stay behind after church. Them kind of something there, but we never know about sex group and them thing there in the church. We're not afraid. We're not afraid to say lightning would have strike me. We're not afraid to say something would have happened to me that is irreversible. You're not afraid. And it's not even that I believe in half of the stuff that was told, because I found out that a lot of that stuff is just made up mumbo jumbo and fake, right? But still, the sanctity of, let's say, this is a place of, supposed to be a place of worship and godliness and something holy, and then you are turning it in a whorehouse. That's going on. She wasn't doing nothing. Pastor wife wasn't doing nothing more than selling dick. That's all she was doing. She was selling dick. She was finding men who are sex workers to come and satisfy these women in whichever way they wanted to be satisfied, and the women were willing to pay a fee that pastor wife used the money and call it tithes and offerings. And since some of it is donated to the church, then she feel like she was doing a good thing. Yeah, that's wild. You're there in that church for the backers, you're not afraid. Alright, this story right here is going to take us out of here this morning. You can probably go look this up on YouTube. The couple that died in the underground parking, the woman was cheating with her husband. I'm telling about this before, but a lot of you probably missed it. Woman was cheating with her husband, and the husband had an inclination that his wife liked their mechanic, but him never know say his wife did a cheat with the mechanic. Anyway, it was confirmed that his wife was cheating with their mechanic because the wife and the mechanic were found dead. Here's how they died. The wife left work, went to the mechanic shop, said she had to get car, fix something. They took his car, left her car at the mechanic shop. She probably had things her husband have all a GPS track up on her car, so them left her car at the mechanic shop. They went in his car. They went into an underground parking, and it's an underground parking that has individual garages with slide down doors. So him open up the slide down door, driving the car, closed the slide down door. The car stayed running while they were sorting each other out. And they died from carbon monoxide asphyxiation in that underground garage. And that's how his wife was found, naked in the car with their mechanic. I said, look at God. Look at God. God said, that you want to do? I'm showing you when you can do it today. Drive come right in here, so. And him probably I think about, no, let's go to the park. And he's something in your head said, drive go right in there, so. Go on right in there. Pull down the door now. All right. Seal up. Don't turn off the engine. Get your best one in. Because this is exactly how you're not going to get found. Look at that. She can't say she wasn't doing it, not. All the time, the man probably asked her, she's like, me? Babe, stop. You're so insecure. I would never cheat on you. Could you imagine when them go find her? Spread out, dead, in a car, naked, with man where I know her husband. Oh man. Listen, gonna be good. My granny Miss Ruby said be good. If you can't be good, be careful, but it's best to be good. See her right here, so I keep her right here. My grandfather Mars Clevey said, I will see you tomorrow if God spare life. For the people who missed it, Monday morning, we're going to have 2 attorneys on this platform for you all. Go back to the beginning of the video. I read out the 2 attorneys' resume, where they practice, where they got their education from and passed the bar and was accepted, and how many years they have been practicing and what their field of expertise in law is. I will do that again Monday morning right before we introduce them to the platform. So for those of you who have questions about immigration, for those of you who have questions about anything that has to do with up their alley and their expertise, but they gave us a lineup of what they're coming to talk to you about, mainly about ICE and immigration opportunities that are still available that you can exploit and so on and so forth. That will start at 10 a.m. Monday morning. Right here, they'll be on the screen. You get to see their face. I told you before, Charlotte's Law. Her name usually appears in green in our chat room. She is one of those attorneys. And then her counterpart, another practicing attorney, will be here with her as well. So get your questions ready so they don't waste their times. Everybody knows that forget certain information from attorneys. You know, it's called a consultation and you're getting a free one. So that's that. Manners and respect to each and every one of you tuning in. I appreciate you greatly. It's the weekend. Go out there and have some fun. But remember where SouFlo Granny Miss Ruby said, be careful. If you can't be good, be careful, but it's best to be good. All right? And my grandfather, I will see you tomorrow if God spare life. We're not God. We can't take tomorrow and give it to anybody. We can't promise or guarantee anybody tomorrow. We can go lay down tonight and that is it. You know what I mean? So hope and pray you're in the will of the Most High to be blessed with another present tomorrow. And if so, we'll see you again if God spare life. I'm out.